Yo, morning. I think my mic is a bit too loud, but yeah, you let me know if it's loud. How you doing? It's been a while. It's been a very long while. Damn, I think this needs too loud. I can literally see it redlining right now. I'm doing well. It's been a while. It's been a while. I'm just trying to set up a few things on my side. I'm probably gonna start in about 18 minutes or so. But yeah, in the meantime, I'm still here on the charts. I'm still, checking to see if it does anything. We don't have any London session news event, according to my knowledge. But I might even stay live the whole day, or I might come back live for New York. But we'll see. We'll see. In the meantime, I'm just checking the charts, seeing if there's anything interesting. If you guys see anything interesting, if you want me to check out anything, you can let me know. Then we'll look at it together. But yeah, I'm doing well. Doing well. Okay, so with gold, I personally think we might start buying up. Let me give my reason and then let me give a possible sell scenario, right? So when you zoom out to the weekly time frame, we get these two rejection blocks. We know that for a while now we've been struggling to push higher. I actually thought we were gonna just expand from this candle right here on the 9th of June. I thought we were just gonna keep expanding till the 3500, well 3500.1. We didn't. We just started consolidating for a very long time, and now we came to this rejection block yesterday, right? Or throughout the entirety of Asia, we started rejecting away from the rejection block. So I'm watching this as a possible area, and I'm also watching this as another area for, looking for buy opportunities. Of course, price can decide to run through that sell side liquidity and also this same one, the same low right here. But right now I'm willing to watch and see if we're able to expand higher. Of course, at the same time, I'm noting this previous top wick right here from the previous weekly candle that shows a very strong rejection off of this rejection block here on the left hand side. Let me just draw it out so you can see. Yeah, so when we draw it out like that, we can see the price rejected from there.
Order filled.
So there's a possibility that we may just continue till this sell side liquidity down here, right? The yellow line. When we go down to the lower time frame on the 4-hour, which is the time frame I look for confirmation when looking at weekly PDRAs, right? When looking at weekly interest levels, I wanted to see a possibility of gold closing above this high, specifically because of this gap right here. We have this CB, and these are a series of down close candles. If we close above it, then we could look for bullish price action. Otherwise, if we are not gonna respect bullish price action, then the sells that you're talking about could work out when we return to this fair value gap. Just right here. I'm just gonna do that and this. So we could get price push up into the bearish fair value gap on the 4-hour. We could find a 15-minute confirmation of some sort, then break lower to clear that sell side liquidity that we talked about from the higher time frame. Yeah, so this is the second possibility if we don't get a closure above the gap, right? If we don't get a closure above this 6 a.m. candle from yesterday, then yeah, we can see a respect of this CB and a continuation lower. For now, I have those two things as possibilities. I don't have anything set to stone. I don't have anything clear yet. I see price going both ways. I'm leaning more bullish, but I'm willing to also watch and see how price plays out, how everything plays out. So yeah, I'm not bound by it or anything. But yeah, did you have a different level in mind to look for sells? I don't know where you'd be looking, but if you do, I could see, this being a continuation. We had the previous 4-hour gap over there, so we could return back to this new one, then continue lower. But yeah, other than that, I don't really see anything. I think GBPUSD also just tapped into the rejection block. This is the rejection block that I marked out from the 4-hour time frame. It's this top wick, basically creating a balanced price range. I wanted to see if price could come up to it and finally sell off to the sell side liquidity that I marked out from there. I don't know if we will respect it or not, but I guess that's why we're watching, right? So we watch and see if what price does. Euro dollar has the same, but notice how US dollar tapped into this gap while GU didn't. Let's go back to GU. Right there, GU failed to tap into it. This is the premium gap that EU tapped into, GU didn't, showing that GU, based on this current price action, this current piece of price action, is weaker than euro. So that's why I was focusing more on GU than EU. And the only PDRA that I saw, the only area that I saw we could look for sales is this rejection block on a lower time frame. Of course, as we know already from my video on the channel, that we have that a high time frame rejection block is always a lower time frame order block, which in turn becomes a lower time frame breaker. So if we keep going on different time frames, this will eventually become a breaker. As we can see right here, we even got a double purge. We swept the lows first, then we went ahead and swept the highs, the swing high there, and then broke lower at the market structure shift level right there. Let me just label that as MSS. It's been a while since I've labeled something as MSS, but yeah. And then if you are trading OTE as a model, you would be pulling up your fib right now, draw something like that. I'm just gonna change mine to OTE because right now, okay, I don't know what just happened there. Let's try again. So do that, then OTE. If we pull up the OTE, we'll notice that the golden zone, the sensitive sweet spot, the G spot if you want to call it that, is within the same area that we highlighted from the 4-hour gap. So yeah, it's a very sensitive area to watch for a reaction. It's a 75% pullback or 61.8 pullback. I did not add the 618 here. You can see I have the 684, but 618, trust me, is exactly at this level. I just didn't add it on my chart. But yeah, so either way, multiple areas of convergence within this purple rectangle. So I'm looking for a possible reaction lower from there. When we break this low, the previous daily low, I am looking for a continuation till the sell side liquidity. But we only have a news event during New York, so that's something to watch. What do I okay, watching SMT. So SMT, I'm guessing that's on gold, right? Because you see, I asked earlier what you saw. So with silver, massive SMT, silver failing to take this high on Wednesday 2 p.m. That's the time the news happened yesterday, and gold is currently sweeping it right now actually, because it has created equal highs there. No, not yet, relative equal highs. So when gold sweeps this, it will become an SMT, right? It will look something like this. Label that as SMT, while silver will be failing to sweep the same high. Right, so yeah, we could get something like this, then obviously look for a confirmation to sell, or you can blindly sell using the 15 minutes, 5 minutes, you know, any intraday time frames. I prefer the M15. But yeah, on the daily, we have a very interesting thing going on here. We failed to come into this gap. I actually wanted to sell from this gap, but we failed to tap into it on Tuesday. We just fell off from there. I wanted to sell from this gap into this purple area. This purple area is a weekly gap, a weekly BC, right? So I didn't know, and I don't know how price is going to react from this weekly BC. We could respect it and push higher. We could completely disrespect it and gun for this next swing low down here. Very possible, right? But yeah, I wanted to sell into this gap. Then from here, I'm not sure what to do. Right now, we are currently in the gap on silver. So again, more reasons why I'm a little bit more bullish than bearish when it comes to the commodities. But of course, price can always do whatever it wants to do. I have no control over price, so we'll just watch and see what happens. The SMT you're talking about is very valid, so let's watch and see how it plays out. If we are going to be bearish on silver, you could watch for this potential low being a target. Yeah, not potential low, this actual swing low being a target. if we're gonna be bearish. But we'll see. I'm interested to see what NFP brings on the commodities, to be honest. I think I'll be focusing more on silver. Normally I'll be looking at the indices like Nasdaq, right, while when NFP comes out. But I think this time around I might be paying more attention on the commodities instead, on the metals, right? Oil as well has finally begun the expansion that I've been waiting for so long. We've been in this messy range for a long time, but now we're showing bullish expansions. We created a gap right here. We dipped into it yesterday and continued higher. I don't know if price is gonna drop lower before continuing higher again, but we may see that. If we do drop lower, it means price is coming to this daily gap right here, which is that exact swing low that we just mapped out on the 4-hour right there. See, so if price drops and takes that low, I'll take it as a liquidity sweep and then look for a potential reversal to the upside. Otherwise, price could just use this tiny 4-hour gap to continue an expansion to the upside. But for me, I've been bullish on oil. I just didn't understand why it fell so sharply and did not retrace so sharply. Just consolidated the whole time before now getting an expansion. But I've been watching for buys for a very long time on oil. What else have I not covered? There's something else. So with the indices, right, starting off with Russell, for a while I've been targeting these equal highs. It's more visible on the daily chart right there. Smooth edges to be made jagged, right? I've been looking for an expansion, but we've been just chopping around for so long that I don't even know when we're gonna get out of this range, which is crazy because now after the news report from Microsoft last night, and I forgot the other company, but we saw the indices, Nasdaq and ES, expanding to the upside, right? Nasdaq and S&P 500 were both pushing up and higher and higher and higher. Even now, ES is finally about to take that buy side liquidity. If it hasn't already, okay, it has, never mind. So yeah, ES has just tapped its all-time high as well. So we could see a possible pullback, retracement into the new day opening gap right here, this gap over here. But we could also just see a continuation higher and higher and higher using fib projections. On Russell, yeah, it's doing the exact opposite, just dropping instead of rising with the rest. So I don't know, but I'm bullish. I was bullish, I'm still bullish. I just needed to see a confirmation that we are gonna continue higher on Russell. On YM, very choppy, indecisive, don't really know what to do with this, even though we have relative equal lows over here, right? Look at these lows, 1 2 3 lows relatively equal. You can also see it on the 4-hour, even though we have that, but we also have a very long tail, a very long bottom wick that could continue pushing us to the upside. So yeah, it's a 50-50 area with YM, with a Dow. I don't really know what to do. So you lost interest on oil during the war. Yeah, I can see that happening. But to be honest, yeah, oil has just been very choppy. It hasn't really given us anything for so long now. But yeah, I also heard someone saying that they're going for war like 2 days ago, and I was wondering, how do you just randomly say that? Where are you going? Where are you? What country are you in? Like, you know, sometimes I forget that some countries are literally just war stricken, which is crazy. But yeah, it's not something unreal. It's something that happens every day. But seeing it happen or thinking about it just makes it feels crazy. Like, just one day the guy is on the group texting, doing whatever, and the next day they're saying, "Sorry guys, I'm taking a break. I'm going for war." Like, what the heck, you know? It's a bit crazy, but yeah. What countries are going for war now? Internal war. Teenagers. Okay, so let's check out Bitcoin. I was looking at it the other day. It looked clean to me for bullishness, but I haven't checked it in about a week now. So let's see where we're at. Oh, okay. So basically on the weekly time frame, we got a retracement down into this weekly gap, right? Which I marked out on my chart, but I didn't see the need to when I narrowed it down all the way to the 4-hour one, right? Because we have this gap right here. I think we can all see. I don't need to actually draw the whole gap, but yeah, we have this gap right here. Then going down to the daily, we have a daily gap as well. It's the bigger purple area, the lighter one right there. I mean the darker one. And then within this daily gap, we have the 4-hour gap, right there. So I was watching these areas, these two light and dark purple area, to see if anything is possible on the chart for Bitcoin. So over the weekend, I don't remember what weekend, but I think it was this one. Yeah, over this weekend, we got a dip down into the gap, and then a quick expansion higher. I was watching that to be my buy side liquidity. I did not notice that yesterday we also had a drop. I guess this was also during the news. Okay, not really, it's after, because okay, so 2 p.m. dropped it during the news, and then after the news we expanded higher. So now I'm expecting us to reach that yellow line, 120,998. So that's basically $121,000 for Bitcoin. I think we'll get that today. If we somehow manage to consolidate even today, then I'm guessing we'll get that tomorrow, because we have NFP tomorrow, right? I hope I'm still clear, because I keep adjusting my position on the mic. I haven't checked anything. I left my settings the same way I left it months ago, since the last time I streamed, so hopefully everything is still fine. I do only check the chart on my phone from time to time, but besides that, yeah, I don't really check. Oh yeah, and we reached 500 subs. I don't know when that happened, but we reached 500 subs at some point. So that's cool. Yeah, that's cool. I'd have made a whole video saying thank you guys, I couldn't have done it without you, yada yada yada. But nah, I did this for all on my own. I built this whole kingdom on myself by myself. But nah, for real, it's crazy. It's crazy that I just use this channel whenever I feel inspired enough to post something to document for myself, you know, just to keep it somewhere public, somewhere I can always go back to and be like, yeah, this was how I was, this is how I saw the chart, how I read the chart, and then grow from there, you know, sort of check how much I've grown and things like that. So yeah, that's how I've always seen the YouTube channel. So to be able to find the whole new 500 people that I don't even know where they're from, clicking on that subscribe button, that's insane, you know, that's insane. I appreciate that. And thank you guys. Anyway, yeah, I might end the stream soon. I've already pointed out what I see on most of the charts. If you guys want me to check out something else, I can. But as for now, I think I've covered most of it. My top watch for the day, my only watch for the day so far, is this setup right here. GBPUSD sells. That's my only watch for the day. Looking for a quick fall off after tapping into this golden area, this golden zone, the G spot. Besides that, nah, I don't have anything else to say. I don't have anything else to add until after the news. I might have something. If I don't go live, then it means it wasn't interesting enough for me to go live, so I'll just post it in the Telegram channel for you guys to see. Anyway, I think that's all for now. If you have any questions, please ask. In about 3 minutes or so, I'll end the stream. But yeah, I'm here. Cat JPY. So I actually went, I think I tried to send screenshots for that. I don't know if I did. Oh no, I didn't send it to the group. Yeah, someone was asking me for it. It was Neil that was asking. So on the weekly chart, I told him that on the weekly I was paying attention to this weekly gap, right? But my one big concern on this chart is the fact that we barely dipped into this gap. There's a possibility, not guaranteed, right? There's a possibility that price may come back to this previous weekly low and sweep it for one last time before continuing higher. So there's a chance we'll get this and then continue higher, right? Because right now, going on a lower time frame, which means we're going to the 4-hour chart, going on a lower time frame, this is not clean price action. I don't see anything enticing about this. This feels like one of those trades that I would wait for it to reach somewhere here next to the highs, then scalp it to the buy side liquidity on a lower time frame. Other than that, I don't see anything clean here. I see us possibly sweeping these lows first before continuing higher, but still within the weekly gap, then continuing higher. Beyond that, I don't see anything else. We could continue expanding higher to those highs. If you say it's a swing, I'm not sure what your perspective of a swing idea is. We'll have that buy side liquidity there, and we have those relative equal highs over there. Of course, we also have the premium gap all the way up there. Sorry, not there, right there, right? So you can still watch these levels in the future, but this is a weekly chart, so I don't know how much of a swing trader you are. Intra-week, intra-month, intra-quarter, intra-year, you know, not sure. What's your idea of a swing? But yeah, that's a higher time frame target there. Daily, don't really see anything. And to top it all off, I don't think we have any news for CAD or JPY, right? The only JPY news we had has already passed overnight, and we don't have, well, we do have one CAD news today during the unemployment claims for USD. And then tomorrow we have NFP, which sometimes affects the Canadian dollar, but not really, not most of the time. So yeah, I don't have much to add. If this is a daily chart and this is how it's been for the last who knows how many days, like what, from the 10th of July, that's a long time. That's 2 weeks of price action of just basically going sideways. I don't see anything solid here. But if I was to pick a direction, I would say to the upside, but let it sweep this low first before going up. GJ looks better. Let's see GJ. Okay, GJ has already swept when we're having a little bit of a reaction, so it might be the one to expand higher. GJ, we have a rejection block. Okay, let me put the buy side liquidity there. All right, and then we have this rejection block right here, the tail of this white candle. It's an area that I would be paying attention to, especially with a choppy market, because I know on the lower time frame it's always an order block, right? So we could see us expand from here, but I would be watching the lower time frames like a hawk. So my focus will primarily be on the hourly for GJ, looking for better structure. Yeah, this looks good enough to start running now, to be honest. The JPY news has already happened. JPY is very volatile, it's insane and almost unpredictable, but yeah, we could see an expansion higher from here too, actually. But I would wait for a closure above this guy, and then I would wait for a new bullish fair value gap to be created to start respecting higher prices, because it could just drop from here. So it's a good pair to long, but it's one of those that needs you to wait for double confirmations before taking it. All right, any other questions, any other charts? I'm about to log off. Maybe let's give it 9 more minutes and